Welcome to Spring LIB.
Okay, so this problem is going to be quite involved. It says 8 questions, but I retyped these because it's really 4 questions, and question 3 has 4 parts. So it says a researcher wants to estimate the population mean, the level of allowable sampling error. So the sampling error is 0.2 of the purchase occasion with a confidence level of 95.44%. If the estimated population variance is 5 for the most important question in the study, what is the desired sample size? So we know that 0.2 equals now the square root of 5. So square root of 5 is approximately 2.236. So then I have 2.236 over the square root of n. Oops, I didn't mean to put 9n. So I'm going to take 2.236, divide that by 0.2, and I'm going to get 11.18 equals the square root of n. And then I'm going to square both sides, and that is going to be about 125 is the sample size. A researcher wants to estimate the percentage of all adults that have been used in the internet to seek pre-purchase information in the past 30 days with an allowable sampling error of 0.03. Confidence level is 99.74%. If a secondary data indicated that 25% of all adults had used the internet for such a purpose, what is the sample size? Okay, so you have 0.03, and that equals the square root of 0.25 times 0.75, and that is divided by n. So I have 0.03 equals the square root of 0.25 times 0.75. That's 0.1875 divided by n. So I'm going to square both sides to get rid of that square root symbol. So 0.03 squared is 0.0009, and that equals 0.1875 over n. So then I'm going to do 0.1875 divided by and then 3 zeros, 9. And so n equals 208.3 repeating. So I'm going to say about 209. So n equals 209 because I'm going to round up. A researcher is conferring with a client to do a telephone interview for a particular topic, which the researcher will subcontract to a field service firm for $10 per usable sample. Okay. The researcher's client wants to be 95.44% confident of the results. Assume the sample proportions formula is appropriate and the level of allowable sample error is 4%. Okay. The budget for the data collection only offered by the client can be not over $10,000. How many usable responses are needed for the given level of confidence? Show your calculations. Okay, so for this, so what I would do is I would take the square root of 0.5 times 0.5, and I would get 1, and then I'd take 1 minus 0.95, and that equals 0.046. And then 1 minus 0.046 divided by 2, and that's 0.977. And so then what I would do next is I would take I would then calculate using my t-score, and I would get 1.99, and I would multiply that by 0.5 times 0.9, and then that would be divided by 0.8082. And how I got the 0.082 is I took 0.04 and 0082, and I multiplied that by 0.205, and I'm going to get approximately 148.5853. So the sample size would be about 149. And it says, how much would the subcontractor charge the market researcher for sampling? Is the budget, so you would do 149 times 10, and 149 times 10 is 1,490. So the budget is enough, 1,490. So what is what confidence level changes to 99.47? How much is the sample cost? So 99.47, and so then that would be, you would take your margin of, I'm sorry, not your margin, your t-score, z-score would change. So 2.7882 squared times 0.25 divided by 0.082 squared, and you would get 290 rounded up. So then you would do 290 times 10, and that's 2,990. So you'd still be under that budget. If the budget is not enough, what should the researcher do? Decrease the confidence interval. Okay. So it says a marketing researcher must determine how many more telephone numbers she needs in order to order from a sample provider to complete a survey of ATM users. The goal is to complete 400 interviews with ATM users. From past experience, she estimates 70% of the phone numbers provided will be working phone numbers. The estimated incident rate, percent of people contacted who are ATM users, is 45%. Finally, she estimates that previous surveys that 37% of people contacted will agree to complete the survey. How many telephone numbers should she order to complete 400 interviews? Okay, so that equals 400, okay? And you start with a number, okay? And then you times 0.7. And then that's going to equal a number. And hold on, let me just erase this part just so that you can visually see. And then you're going to multiply that by 0.45, okay? And then that equals a number. Then 37%, and then she wants to get 400, okay? So you're going to take 400 divided by 0.37, and you're going to get approximately 1,081. It's going to be a decimal too. And then I'm just going to round it. And then you're going to divide that by 0.45. And then that's 2,402.4. And then you're going to then divide that by 0.7. And then that's going to be 3,432. So I would do 3,433. And that would be the number that she should request. So I hope that this video helps. This is middle school math teacher signing.